So I told y'all this was a long video, right? My camera went out. All right, so she was still in the big house for now, and things was getting a little tight. That's why she had to ask Miss Nancy to watch the girl. So that summer, Miss Nancy didn't have no problem with it. She watched the girl the whole summer. So one particular day, I'm fast forwarding y'all. One day she came over there to pick them up. And normally she would call their names, like when she outside, they would run outside and everything. But this day she didn't call their name. She just went over there, and for some reason the curtain was kind of open a little bit, so she looked through the curtain. And when she looked through the curtain, she seen one of the girls playing, but she didn't see the other one. So she was like, "Oh, my baby." She looked over there. Oh, she seen him. She was in the chair, but she was sitting in Tom's lap, and she had the little dress on and everything. And she was like, "What, my man? Hey, got my ass in his lap up." So, okay, so something had happened to my camera. I'm back now. Alright, so Nadine went to pick her kids up, and she saw one of the babies playing, but she didn't see the other one. And then she finally looked over there to the side, and she saw her, but she was sitting on Tom's lap, and she had a dress on. And what was his hand? Yeah, under the baby dress. So Mama saw that and she went ballistic. She started banging on that door, ringing that doorbell, everything. And she got her babies. She went back across the street. Well, she told him some words or whatever, and she went on ahead and went back across the street and back home with the kid. But she knew that it was going to take a whole lot to beat that. So she started thinking like, ain't no need of me calling the police, because he already a judge. They ain't going to do nothing. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be my word against his. Because he was already saying, well, you know, nothing happened or whatever. Because she was like, what was you doing? What was you doing? And he was like, nothing or nothing. So he was already lying. So she had already knew that she wasn't going to do that, because one not going to happen. One day, or one night, it was dark, because it was dark. It was at nighttime. So she had decided that something had to be done. So she went back across the street, and she knocked on the door. And nope, let me back up. So after she went home and everything, she never did do nothing. Weeks and months had them passed, and Miss Nancy ended up passing away. So I guess she done drunk herself to death. She passed away, and everybody in the neighborhood and everybody went to the funeral and everything. Nadine, she didn't go, but maybe a couple of months after that, she decided that she was going to go over there and lure him to her house, which she did. So at nighttime, she went over there and she asked him, could he come fix something? Something was, I don't know if it was leaking off, messed up or whatever, and she asked him, could he come fix it? Now, this had been like a long time, a lot of months since she last talked to him. And he said, yeah, and he went over there. He got over there, she says, in the basement. When he went down there, she hit him in the head, and that was all she wrote. She tied him up. He was down there for months. So she didn't. At first, she wanted to kill him, but she said that would be too easy, and he needed to feel it. He needed to pay for what he did to her baby. So she didn't kill him or anything, but she tortured the hell out of him. So let me tell y'all what she did. And this part, you might want to close your ear. Some type of way she hung him up I don't know what her husband had down. I remember I said he was down there working on stuff. But he had some type of equipment where he could hang stuff up that was real heavy. So she got him hung up. His hand tied, feet tied, everything tied up. Got his mouth duct tape off. He can't holler, scream, nothing. And she went to work. She scraped and scrubbed his dingling. She scrubbed till she scrubbed skin off of it. And that man was crying. He was crying up on all that duct tape. And she scrubbed all the skin off of it. And then after she did that, she left him raw. And she left the house. Got her girls and they went for a ride. But wherever they went, you know, she let the girls play in the park and whatever. And then when she went back home, the girls didn't even know what she had either, but some kind of way, she had got some ants. So I guess it must have been from the park or what, I don't know. Maybe it was an ant bed and she dug it up and put it in a bucket or something. But she went back home, she had these ants. And the girl went back, they play in their room or whatever. And she took it down in the basement. And she let it out, got him out, and some kind of way put it on him. Ooh, woo. Them ants ate him up. Ate him up. She was already scraping raw, and the ants ate him up. So then she sprayed some, after she let him eat him for a while, she sprayed some insect spray to kill him. Then she got him down. She laid him down on the floor. And now the whole time he was in that basement, she fed him every day. But she fed him just enough to keep him alive. Like sandwiches, water, sandwiches here and there. Just enough to keep him alive. And then she doctored on his penis. And healed it back up. After she did all that, she healed it, you know, it started healing. And after it started healing, you know what she did? Scrape it again. Good God Almighty. She scraped it raw all over again. Then when she scraped it raw again, she put alcohol on. Y'all, she just tortured this man. She tortured him. She tortured him. And every time she would get through torturing him, she would go up there, fall on her knees in her room, she would just start praying to God. Y'all, she was torn. She was messed up. That he did that to her baby. But one thing she did do, she prayed to God that her daughter wouldn't know, because she was so young. She said, Lord, if you don't do nothing else, please take it out of her mind, take it away from her so that she won't remember it, you know. And that was her prayer to God for her baby. Hold on. So yeah, that was her prayer to God for her baby. And every time she would go down there and torture this man, when she went back upstairs, she would go to her room and close her door, and she'd fall on her knees and she just cry. Because it just been so much, you know. It just been so much. And she know that the devil just, you know, leading her to do all that, because she already know that she wasn't supposed to be getting revenge, you know. But she couldn't help it. She was just in a dark place at the time, and she couldn't help it. Because she wanted something to be done for what he did to her daughter. She knew it wasn't going to happen. So, again, like, for months, that's what she did. She tortured him. She nursed him back. She tortured him again with all different type of stuff. I mean, she didn't do nothing else to him. She didn't beat him or nothing. She tortured his penis. That's what she did. And he finally said one day, when she gave him something to eat, you know, she took the tape off his mouth, and she was giving him a sandwich or something. Because for the longest he was lying. He was like, I didn't do nothing, I didn't touch her, I didn't do anything. And she was like, why are you lying? So he was lying for a long time. And then he finally, that one time, she took the tape off his mouth and he admitted it, and he said he was sorry. He just said, I'm sorry. And then he said, Nobody, no, yeah, he said he was sorry. And he said nobody never apologized for doing it to me. That's what he told her. He said nobody never apologized for doing it to me. And then he started saying, you know, when he was a little boy, what happened to him and everything. So she said, hurry up and eat, hurry up and eat. And after he get through eating, she just hurry up and put the tape back on his mouth. And she didn't want to hear it. And then she left out, went back to her room, fell on her knees, started praying, crying again. So the last time when she was on her way down there to torture him some more, she just heard the voice of God saying, vengeance is mine. And let me handle it. And that day she went on down there. Well, she was already down there when she heard God speaking. And so she was like, she started unloosening the chains, whatever she had him tied up with. And she told him he was free to go. She said, you can do whatever you want to do. You gonna call the police, call them. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. I don't care. And that was the end of her torturing him. But he went home. And you know, he had been missing for months. Like, nobody knew where he was. He wasn't coming to work. And, you know, he had been missing for a long, long time. So, of course, they had been looking for him, but they never suspected her. But he went home. He walked on home or whatever. And I think somebody might have saw him or whatever. And they was asking him, you know, where you been? He said he was on a long vacation. Like, after his wife died, he just had to leave. He had to get away, whatever. And they understood. And maybe 3 days later, they found him dead in his house. He had a shot and killed himself. He didn't ever call the police. He never told on her. He never turned her in or anything. Like, I guess he must have struggled with it for the last few days or whatever. And he killed himself. So, that's what happened with him. And then she, like I say, her and her husband had divorced. He had inspired out of control, went down, and everything, went back to South Carolina, whatever. So her and the girls was at church one Sunday, and this was some time after he had him killed himself. It was a long time. This one may have been 2 years later. I'm sorry. So probably about a year after that, she moved from that neighborhood and moved to a different neighborhood because she had to downsize too, but she moved to a different neighborhood. She still was working at that law firm. She made enough. She had got the money to start her own law firm. She had started doing that. And of course, she was still at New Beginnings. They were still at the same church. One Sunday while her and the girls was at the church, they had a surprise visit. Somebody came to the church, and it was her ex-husband. Her ex-husband came to the church. He done got clean. He didn't go to no program or nothing like that, but he just said he was just ready to die. And God saved him, and that was it. No more drugs, no more nothing. And him and his wife, they, you know, worked on getting back together and everything. And that's what happened. They got back together. They got that law firm popping, and it became bigger. And bigger and bigger, and they had a big law firm of their own with them too. You know, it wasn't small anymore, it was huge. So the moral of the story is trust God. That's what you gotta do. Trust God during everything that you're going through. You gotta continue to trust him, because you're gonna have your tests that you gotta go through, and the devil gonna tempt you. But you gotta say no. That's when he tempts you the most, when you be going through stuff. When you sad and at your lowest time, that's when the devil comes to tempt you. God don't tempt us, Satan do. But when you down and low like that, don't give in. Just continue to say no. And if somebody keep pressuring you after I done told you no 2 or 3 times, get off around them. So they ain't no good for you, okay? Y'all, that's gonna be it with me. Don't cut that water on. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Thank y'all for watching. All right, love y'all. Bye.
Hey, you my first love, we rock to the end, and that's the end of discussion. When I ain't around, you hold it down. Went together, no arguing or fussing. We fly like a dove, we drip like a faucet. We build a bond they can't touch. You stay through the struggle, continue to hustle, even when I ain't have much. And I'm talking literal senses. When a nigga tell you that I need you, I tell you I'm good, you know I